The UFC returns to Las Vegas, Nevada, but this time in the world-renowned Apex Arena for UFC Vegas 104, Vettori versus Dolidze 2. Ladies and gentlemen, how you doing? How's your mama? How's your family? I'm going to break down this fight card, going through every single fight, giving my prediction, my breakdown, working from the main event all the way down to the first fight of the night. I got timestamps down below. Feel free to skip around. I urge you to watch the entire video. Our bets will drop tomorrow. The casual parlay is on the road with 4 of our last 5. Come here. This is a tough card to bet on. A lot of huge favorites, a lot of prospects set up to beat layups. You know, this is the prospect card. This is the prospect showcase card. How about that? And a lot of big favorites. And I'm late on the odds. I'm late on the bet. So we've got to make something shake. Not a lot of plus money opportunities here. So we've got to make something do what it do. Let's get into the main event. Now, I actually rewatched this main event today. It was a 3-round fight in the first one. I had Dolidze winning. I gave him 1 and 3, and he could have been 2 as well. I think he was getting in Vettori's face, landing his hooks, landing his right hands, kind of stung him, hurt Vettori in the first round, or stinging him bad. And I think he gets the 3rd round as well. He had bigger moments in that 3rd round, to me. But this is a rematch from 2023. As all-time great, who's in the midst of the greatest comeback of all time, Conor McGregor said, after brutally getting KO'd by Dustin the Diamond Poirier, inactivity makes a fool of us all. Can't get where you want to be in this sport and not be active. And Vettori's been sidelined with injury, and rumor has it he's returning a bit early. Aside from that, Roman has been active and improving. His stand-up continues to improve, and his grappling has always been world-class. It's always been a case of, can he mix it up correctly to bring success? Because he could do both, but can he mix it in correctly? Can he take the path of least resistance? Roman has power in the hands. Fast blacks kicks. Was actually stinging Vettori in the first fight. Like I said, that first round he comes out, he's very powerful. And he's willing to take your shots because he knows you can't take his cleanly. Vettori's a tough guy. He will take a beating. I think he makes the correct adjustments, has success on the feet while managing his cardio, and secures the win. 5 rounds scares me a bit because Vettori has been in those 5 rounds, getting his ass whooped, but he's been in the 5 rounds time after time after time after time. He's comfortable there. 3-round rematch, I'm super duper confident, but 5 could be tricky. But I'm rolling with Roman Dolidze. I'm rolling with underdog. Now we're moving on to Shitty, bro. I remember I used to call this dude Shitty. Njokuani. Damn. Versus Zaleski dos Santos. 2 dogs going at it. A bit of an unk battle. Njokuani, he has shown his volume can fall off a cliff in his fights. But in his last fight, he looked good. Zaleski's going to have the lighter man skill. You know what I'm saying? 4 more lightweight. Turn welterweight. You know what I'm saying? He's old as fuck, though. But his age, he like Jose Aldo, man. His birth certificate got lost. Something like that. They just got it wrong. I think Zaleski outpaces him here, uses his speed, in and out motions to dog this out. And we know Zaleski can survive adversity and still come back and set a pace. I think he's more of a dog. He's going to be able to wear down, impose his will eventually on Njokuani. I'm rolling with Zaleski. Now we got Sungwoo versus Kevin Vallejos. First prospect we're going to talk about today, who has been given a layup, like I said earlier in the intro. Choi is 1 and 4 in his last 5. And the UFC's not giving him any favors in the most respectable way possible. It's almost like he's the guy the UFC uses to prop up a prospect, to let a prospect showcase what they can do in the most respectful way possible. Also, look at the match placement. This is the feature fight of the night. Choi is super predictable on the feet, has been chin-checked time after time. Vallejos should run through him, knock him out. Kev has that nasty boxing in the pocket. Good boxing, good eyes. Stays safe while in the fire. Dangerous power. I see what you're doing, UFC. I see what you're doing here. Had a good fight against Gene Silva as well in the Contender Series, I believe. That's his only L. We're rolling with Kevin Vallejos. Probably gonna put some money on him, too. Now we got Alexander Hernandez versus Louisiana's own Holobaugh. I think Holobaugh is the bigger dog in this fight. Great decision to move back up to lightweight for Hernandez, because that's where he's just better. Just wasn't fast enough. You know, that lighter man skill was a bit too much for him. You dig what I'm saying? He's gonna be sharper than Kurt, probably more quicker. But Kurt comes forward. He's a wild man. He's really wild on the feet, very creative. I don't think Hernandez will be able to stand that type of firefight. Hernandez isn't very dangerous. Doesn't work well off of his back. Kurt isn't the greatest wrestler, but in scrambles with pressure, Hernandez can end up on his back. And I think Kurt gets in his face, imposes his will. Never say die attitude. Bring it back home. Louisiana. I think our guy gets it done, baby. Let's do it. Now we got Damon Blackshear. I told you I'm turning this back into a quick pick. because my rambling, y'all don't tend to like the rambling. So we go keep it quick and decisive. I think this is another matchup to showcase a prospect, though. Cody's big, tough. That's pretty much it. He's very slow. Has some volume and some pacing, though, which is impressive since he's huge for the weight class, but he does fade. If he does hit the high pace, he's going to go back down to a normal pace. Not just completely fall off of a cliff, but he's going to fade because he's so big for the weight class. He's huge. He's a big man. But Damon sets a nice pace as well. Better striker. Huge grappling advantage because I did say Cody can grapple, but not defensively. And when he is on his back, he's pretty much useless. And that's going to take away from the gas tank as well once it does hit the ground. I think this fight does hit the ground. I think Blackshear is going to be much faster. I don't think Cody Gibson's a bantamweight, man. I think he should move up if he wants to see more success. How much success will he have at featherweight? I don't know. But I think he'll be a much better fighter at featherweight. I'm rolling with Damon Blackshear. I think he can sub Cody Gibson. Moving on. Here it is. Su Young Yu. He's a non-stop wrestler. A bit of a liability on the feet as well. He only uses his strikes to set up takedowns. Has been hurting his career whenever on the feet. Like I said, a liability on the feet. Cunningham isn't a great defensive grappler though, but he fades in fights. Uses set a pace and a pressure that Cunningham shouldn't be able to keep up with. But the longer this fight stays on the feet, it could get scary because AJ, you cannot overlook his striking, cannot overlook his power. He has quite a few finishes on the regional circuit. But his takedown defense is just not good. And that's Yu's bread and butter. He's pretty good at it as well. So we're going to roll with Su Young Yu. Moving on, we got Cortes Acosta versus Ryan Spann. This is a tough fight to pick for me. Good matchmaking here in the UFC heavyweight division. Is it super high level? No, but it's a good matchup. It's a good matchup. And the odds reflect as well. Ryan Spann's moving up from light heavyweight to heavyweight, which is perfect for him. Similar to Kennedy Nzechukwu. Lighter man skill. Lightweight was just a little too much for you. So go up. Stay in shape, though. Don't get fat. Stay in shape so you can keep that speed and keep that experience at light heavyweight, and show these heavyweights the clear gap in between the two. Cortes has good boxing, though. He can wrestle a bit, but defensively isn't nothing to rave about. Spann has speed, has the BJJ, can absolutely crack, and it's just simply more dangerous. Cortes did a good job of dismantling, however, a dangerous guy in Robelas de Spain, but we know who he is. I think he's been cut from the promotion. We know who he is. Spann is not that. Spann is not useless in his grappling. I don't even think Spann is going to be on his back in this fight. I think Spann's going to win this fight. I don't know if he gets a finish, though. Cortes is pretty tough. Cortes does a good job of staying safe. But Ryan Spann by decision? Like, what? You know what I'm saying? It's almost like finish or bust, but that was light heavyweight, man. Come on, man. I think Ryan can hurt Costa, create a scramble, catch something, but I think he's just going to win a decision. I think Superman's going to win a decision. Now we got Stephanie Luciano versus Sam Hughes. Sam Hughes is a dog, bro. Cashless for the casual parlay against Victoria Dudakova. Do your homework. And it was her pacing and her pressure. She never stops moving forward. She never tires out. Okay striking, okay grappling. Good control when she's on top, though. Works. And that wilts her opponents. She wilts her opponents with that pressure. Skill level, I think she's behind Luciano, though. Steph is the sharper striker. Better footwork. Doesn't mind an in-close, tight fight. She lacks experience in the cardio that Hugh has, but also does have cardio in her own right. Nobody really has that Sam Hughes cardio, though. She can push a pace. We've seen her be a good hammer, but not really the nail yet. I'm picking Luciano, but I feel a split decision in the air. Another plus 3.5 on Hughes is definitely the play. We're going to parlay that. That might find its way in a casual parlay. Yes, sir. Moving on. We got Dayar Nurgozhay versus Brinson Ribeiro. Another prospect. You know what I'm saying? Out of Kazakhstan. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to build up Kazakhstan. I like it. Cardio, wrestling, aggressive striking, power in the hands, solid. Ribeiro's coming off of his first win in the UFC against Caio Machado. Not sure if Machado's still in promotion, but he was coming down the weight class in hope of reviving his career. His career was on the line. He's winless in the UFC, coming down a weight class. He was slow. He's pretty behind. And even in all that, he still went to split decision with Ribeiro. Ribeiro barely inched that one out. I feel as if Ribeiro is a layup for Dayar in Kazakhstan. Should be better everywhere in this matchup. I think he could be in for a finish, however you want to do it. But I'm going to pick TKO. Dayar inside the distance seems like a decent play. I'm going to be honest. Brinson Ribeiro is nothing to rave about. He's an athlete, but while being an athlete, he's not very fast. He's not very technical. It's just not very high level. Not very high level. We got Carlos Vera versus, is it Josiah's. Anyway, the Congan, he's in for a treat. Another prospect. We got the nerd and Carlos Vera as well. The only thing Musasa has to worry about in this fight is not gassing out completely. And the Ryan Hall-like submission attempts, that weird shit that they like to go on. Other than that, Musasa should come forward bombing away, stuffing weak grappling attempts. I think he's going to be very physically imposing on Carlos Vera. His power and willingness to impose his will is crazy for this weight class at 135. It's just power like we've never seen. And I'm being dead serious. He's not very technical, but when he lands, it's crazy. It's crazy. Vera has never been KO'd in his career, so there may be good odds on Musasa's inside the distance, but at the same time, Musasa's minus 700. I think Musasa puts on a Carlos Leal-like performance. His power is unmatched. I don't think this one goes past the first round, I'm going to be honest. Now we got Daniel Barez versus Andre Lima. Andre Lima, low volume, nasty kicks, decent boxing, but he's powerful. Like I said, I'm going to emphasize it. Low volume. Does what it takes to win and will foul up a storm as well. He grab the cage, he'll kick you in the nuts. Maybe hit you with an eye poke. Barez is a grappler. He shoots, has power, but gets real comfortable on her feet, and I think that's going to be a problem. But I think pressure is Lima's biggest enemy. And I'm scared to bet Lima because he's so low volume. I feel like the first guy with good pressure who can just not get KO'd could beat him by a decision. Andre Lima is very powerful, and I'm not going to say similar to Mauricio or Hoofy, but I spoke on this. It's like once he gets somebody with some volume who is dangerous and tough, I don't know if I'm picking him to win. You know what I mean? But Daniel Barez is not really there yet. So I'm going to roll with Lima, but I'm staying far away betting-wise. But I wouldn't be surprised if his O went. I kind of would because Lima not all that. But I don't think Andre's all that. I think he's good at what he does. I think he's very powerful. I think if he picked up his volume, he could be so much better. But he's very patient. I don't like patient fighters, okay? Now we got Josiah Nunes versus Priscilla Cavhoeira. Priscilla. You dig what I'm saying? Two similar fighters here. Come forward strikers who want to impose their will. Neither have much of a ability to defend strikes, but Priscilla is so much worse. She walks into punches. And I think Nunes is going to be able to put her on the back foot more times than not and simply beat her up. And if you're walking into punches, damn, if you're backing up, if you're coming forward being the aggressor and just running into punches nonstop, I mean, damn. I don't think this is a good matchup for you. But at the same time, she has a puncher's chance. But Josiah Nunes, the bowling ball, she's going to be all right. She's going to stay tight. She's going to wing those hooks. Big media. Nunes has also faced really good competition in her career. So I think she should get this one done. Now we got Evan Elder versus Marquel Maderos. I don't know if this fight has been canceled. I don't know if everywhere I'm seeing this fight has been canceled, but DraftKings still has it up. UFC still has it up. So I'm going to talk about it a bit, but I don't want to spend too much time on it because it might be canceled. I love the film Maderos has been putting out there. Factory S guy. Great gym. Uses the law in the corner. But Evan is with Killcliff, and his gym is great as well. That gym is no slouch. Amazing cardio. Does not fade. Low kick heavy. Maderos really loves his low kicks. He wants to neutralize his opponent with those. He has fast hands. Quick, swift, hard to track down, and then will come forward once he sees you're starting to fade or once he realizes, okay, you're starting to wilt a bit. Evan has a good gas tank as well, though. Forward pressure. Has that grappling in his back pocket. Great top control and pressure there as well. Ground and pound, nasty. If you're not prepared, his style will wilt you. But he's comfortable on the feet. Both have power and creative striking. You have to respect. Evan is good with those counter left hooks in close. Tough matchup to pick. I like the dog, but Evan Elder's nice, man. And I think it's going to be who's more prepared. I think both are really good fighters. Who's going to be more prepared? I think Evan's more well-rounded. If I had to pick gun to my head, I'm going to pick Evan, but a Markel victory would not surprise me. I almost bet him today. But I'm like, damn, this fight might be canceled. So, I don't know. Yeah, let me know. I looked it up on Twitter. Tapology says it's canceled. UFC say no. DraftKings say no. Twitter, nobody talking about it. And this is if this is on the card, this is a sleeper fight. This is a really good fight. And then you got Judice Duben versus Carly Judice. Look, Duben 6-0. Never seen a scorecard in her career. Never seen a third round in her career. Nasty power in her hands. Carly should be the better fighter, though. More evolved fighter. I think she has a lower ceiling than Duben, but it's closer to to reaching her ceiling than Duben, if that makes sense. Or is it Duben? We're going to say Duben. Both girls have shown that on the regional circuits, they can get girls out of there with no problem. Like, just like Duben on the regional circuit, never seen a score come. Carly is damn near the same way. Like, she's getting girls out of there as well. Duben has the power advantage, however. But I think Carly's just the more, I think she's a better fighter. I do. And it's hard to pick. It's really, really hard to pick. Both have little to no experience. Duben has 6 fights in her career. Carly has 5 fights in her career. But she's been in the UFC. She's had that taste of the UFC. She's actually been to a 3rd round. I'm going to roll with Carly. And that's going to be it. I feel like I went pretty quick here. Like, comment, subscribe, share this to somebody if I know they'll enjoy it just like you did. The bets are going to drop tomorrow. Casual parlay, been on a roll. And I love that, love that, love that. We killed UFC 13. Absolutely killed it. Only missed one bet that card. 7-1 on bets. And the one bet we missed was Alex Pereira money line. So, share this to somebody. Like, comment, subscribe. Don't be stingy. Share me. Don't be silly. Jump the gilly. You ain't got to go home. But you got to get up out here, man. Eat.